Okay, we are going to learn how to do our own correlational study with the CDC Wonder site. You can just go to wonder.cdc.gov, and there are lots of great data sets that I would encourage you to browse to find data that you could use. I'm going to look at cardiovascular mortality with oral health as a risk factor. So for my cardiovascular mortality, I'm going to go to this detailed mortality data set. I have to agree to the terms. And we get a query tool where we can pull up data from this data set. Since we're doing a correlational study, I want to group my results by state. I want to get age-adjusted rates. All states, and let's just stick with adults over 25 for this particular set of mortality data, and let's choose 2012 for our year, deaths at all times. And to get the cause, you want to click on this cause list. You get a fairly easy list of causes of death. I'm going to choose major cardiovascular disease because that includes all the subcategories underneath it. You could just choose certain subcategories under that, but I'm just going to choose the major so it includes all of them. And then I'm just going to hit send. Okay, and we have our results now. We've got our adjusted rates for every state, and I'm just going to export that file. I get a nice text file that I can open up, select it all, and copy it. And then I'm just going to come over into Excel and paste that. Okay, we only need our age-adjusted rates, so I'm going to delete everything else. Great. Now let's go back to Wonder. And now for our risk factor of oral health, we're going to come over to Topics and look at some other data sets. And there's this one called Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance. It has a lot of great data in it from surveys that are done on an annual basis. And if you choose Prevalence, Data, and Data Analysis Tools, you get a series of tools that you can use. I'm going to choose the Chronic Disease Indicators. We're going to view one indicator for all location. So we're going to choose here oral health. And for the indicator, I'm going to choose no tooth loss among adults. The default is a map, but if you click to this on this little table icon, it will give it to you in a table. Now, unfortunately, CDC has changed their website, and it's a little more difficult to use now. There's no export function on the VRFSS, so we're actually going to have to do a little run around and just copy this web page. So I'm going to select all again and copy and come over into a new sheet in Excel and just do a paste special as text. oops, sorry, that wasn't right. It's just paste matching destination format. That's what you want to do. So now we've got our age-adjusted and crude prevalence, but unfortunately, see, we've got a lot of extra stuff in here because we don't have the export function, so we're just going to have to delete a bunch of stuff. It's the second column that's our age-adjusted. So I'm going to delete the first column. And then unfortunately we have all of these columns in between, all these rows in between that are the confidence intervals that we don't want. So if you actually just use the control button and come and select on each of these, you can highlight them all, right click and say delete, and shift the cells up. Delete.